It is Sunday, registration day for Michigan Miles. We're starting here in Milan, Michigan. It's now called Durana Dragway. But we are here, Durana Dragway. We are here doing tech and registration. Tomorrow, which is today for you when you watch the video, is our first day of racing here at Milan. So Monday we're here and make our passes, then we make our drive up to mid-Michigan through the back roads and get up to mid-Michigan. We are going to race there on Tuesday. So today you're watching it. Tomorrow, Tuesday, come to mid-Michigan. Check us out. We're going to be mid-Michigan running and then making the cruise. Now, we're not making this easy because we're doing over 1,000 miles without ever leaving the state of Michigan. So we're going to go from mid-Michigan to northern Michigan, and we will be there on Wednesday racing. So come see us on Wednesday there. Then Thursday is a drive day. We are going to the UP. So everybody that is participating, all these cars have to cross the Mackinac Bridge. And somebody told me last night that they're like, oh yeah, isn't that like 1.5 miles long? No, it's 5 miles long. We are going from lower Michigan to upper Michigan. And yes, we're still in the United States. They also thought it was a different country. It is a different country in feel, but literally it's still Michigan. But we are going over there and then coming all the way down 23 along the coastline of Lake Huron, coming all the way down through Bay City. And then we will be in Ubly on Friday racing. So come see us at Ubly there. Saturday, everybody's got the day off for Woodward Dream Cruise. So many people haven't been to the Dream Cruise. It's something you have to experience at least once. So all the cars we do have a parking spot at M1 Concourse for people to come and go from, but like literally just go enjoy the Dream Cruise at whatever level you want to enjoy it at. And then next Sunday, 1 week from today, we will back here wrapping the whole thing up again. So it is going to be an epic week, over 1,000 miles without ever leaving the state of Michigan. And so many people from out of state. I mean, there's people from Florida, from Alabama, from all over the country that are coming and they get to see Michigan. Now, I think it's going to be a hot week, but they are going to see Michigan, see the coastline, see everything we have to offer. And because it's just a cool state and we take it for granted because we live here. So now onto the video, because we got Test and Tune going today. You can see all the cars that are here. There's some badass rides, some rides that have never been to a drag and drive. And that's what's cool when these drag and drives move to different areas, is like you get some local people that want to come try it out and come hang out and have a good time. Worst part is they'll end up addicted because there'll be more drag and drives in the future. That's the way it always works. Onto the video.
Name's Chuck Marlette, 85 Camaro, lone big block Chevy. Just gonna make the drive and have a good time, and yeah. I've always been a small block guy my whole life. Always small block everything. But we were out testing a few weeks ago and I melted a piston. Melted the piston, melted the block. So Steve's got my block and I had to throw something in it. I had to put something in it. So this is what we had and this is what went in it. So we had to make it. We weren't not making this event. We were doing it. So yeah. Our first drag and drive was Drop the Hammer a couple of months ago. It did pretty good. We used to just heads up race the car, but we decided to try to do something different, and so we're doing some drag and drive stuff, and I'm hoping just to make it. So I don't think we're going to hit it too hard, to be honest with you. If we do, we do. At the end of the day, when we get back here on Sunday, might make a good full lick, but you know, it's probably a good 2,000 horsepower, and I think it'll probably run in the fours pretty easy, 450s, 480s, you know, somewhere in that range. But I think we're just gonna try to make the 1,100 mile drive with a 900 lift camshaft. So we're gonna see how it goes. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
I like your AC.
Hey, I can't hear worth the shit.
I like your AC.
Oh, you like the AC?
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, man. It's make believe.
Right there with paychecks.
This week I'm going to be riding with Aiden in the Duece Box. It hasn't been out yet this year, so last time I rode with Aiden though in it, we did Rocky Mountain Race Week after it was just completed. That was one of the hottest events ever. Like, I mean, literally it was over 100 degrees every day. Epic because of all the mountains and everything at Rocky Mountain Race Week. That's the last time I rode with him. Joey Berry's rode with him on Six Summer a couple times with it. And then last year we did Drop the Hammer, the Durango and his car, and then Zach was with the two of us, so I don't know, like we kind of all did it together, 3 people, 2 cars. But this time just riding with him and exploring Michigan, so it's going to be cool. Aiden did all the packing, so he said he packed light compared to what he would normally bring, And so like we'll see what he's got for tools. His car, he should know what we need. And like I said, I'm along for the ride, and I'm just his co-pilot. But hoping to get it running good. We'd love to get it down, possibly in the 4s, this 8th mile event. So hopefully down in the 4s this week. It's been, I think the car's had a best of 5:16 in the 8th. Some stuff has been changed with it to try and get it down there where we want it to be. So we will see how that has added up. But yeah, looking forward to it. It's gonna be a great week. Cruise Michigan with a couple hundred friends.
I'm at Michigan Miles racing the Duece Box. It's been a while. So did drop the hammer last year with it, and did a couple other like 8th mile events, not drag and drives. But so brought it out here. We'll see what it does. We're getting closer with it to where we want to be, which is 7s in the quarter. But we'll see what this week can handle. Since dropped the hammer, it's a new fuel pump and system because ran out of fuel system on the old pump and new injectors and all that. Started working on it like yesterday. No, it was like a couple weeks ago. Lowered the seat because I was always sitting super high and couldn't really see the tree. So that was kind of a pain. So Bob lowered the seat, and then had cooling issues because it was just water in there. So iron block, lots of rusty water. So flushed cooling system, put distilled water and a protectant in there. So hopefully cooling system's a lot better now. That's all the problem was that it just, the water wasn't cooling good enough, because new water in there now cools a lot better than it did 2 weeks ago. So I think all that's good, but we'll see if it can survive Michigan Miles. 2 of the tracks I know are good. 2 of the tracks I've heard some stories about, but so we'll see. Plan is to just keep it how it is and then back power off if needed, but we'll see.
First hit, gotta work on the bump, didn't want to bump in. But that's what we're looking for. Just make sure and leave the line, and it left the line good. Gotta scale down the bump because I wanted to bump too aggressively, so just gotta dial that back because we obviously have the 1 second reaction time deal. So you can't go double bulb it. You gotta make sure that it's capable of bumping in, getting up on boost. A little too much fuel in there, so the fuel poured out the back when we launched, but yeah, go take a look at some stuff and go from there.
5:30, so good test hit.
What happened up there on the start line and bumping too far?
I don't have a bump, so that was trying to come off it slightly and just let go of the trans brake for a second, but that never works. But yeah, don't have a bump, so I got to figure that out. But, no, other than that, it was fine.
Will go down. That's James Bowler. He goes 833 and it's even 90. Wheels up and shades and we'll go down.
My name is Evan Erkowitz. I'm from Neenah, Wisconsin. This is my 1979 Chevrolet Malibu. It's got a 388 cubic inch twin turbo LS, 4L80 overdrive, 4-link setup, and it's currently on a 315 drag radial. For the first time, we decided to make some changes over winter, which unfortunately rolled into spring and summertime. I've been pretty busy helping out a good friend of mine run his heavy metal car on the SICK events, Nick Reinhardt. And I'd say unfortunately, but it's basically almost like a full-time job, but it's a fun full-time job. So we've had a lot of success with that. Ended up winning SICK Week 2025, reset the heavy metal average by 0.4, the first 6-second heavy metal average, the first 200-mile-an-hour heavy metal average. So we've had a lot of fun times with that, and unfortunately my car's kind of gotten put on the back burner because, like I said, it's tough to have a lot of fun hobbies. So basically we made a few small changes engine-wise in terms of reliability. The guys over at Wagner Automotive set me up with a new set of boost-specific cylinder head casting that they do in-house. A little bit smaller chamber, a little bit better intake port for the boosted stuff specifically. Put a copper head gasket in it with some hoops. Did a CHE shaft mount style rocker upgrade. A little bit of porting on the manifold, and other than that the engine's pretty much the same. Transmission's all where, pretty much second verse same as the first, and then a lot of the changes were in the rear suspension. So we went from a 3214 stiff sidewall slick to a 315/60 radial. We went to a double beadlock wheel, which required to change the back brakes. So we've got a new set of TBM 4 pistons on the back of the car. While we did that, I decided to narrow the axle a little bit, and then running the drag radial, you have to run the shock a lot differently. So I had to change the upper shock mount to the car, and then that kind of played havoc with our street setup. So it's got a nitrogen air shock in the back of the car that we put in it for street driving to be able to lift the back of the car up so we can navigate terrible roads. These events have a very interesting way of flipping your world upside down, and that's putting it lightly. I set my expectations pretty low for myself because I try to be real. You know, you have to have a lot of luck in these events because you start getting into the 850 quarter mile and faster cars, and you're basically riding a hand grenade with the pin falling out of it down the highway. At any given time, anything can break, and you just kind of have to be ready for it and hopefully prepared for it. And that's where we're at. We haven't even started yet. So I mean, the car could go fast enough to possibly be up there, but you've got some pretty stiff competition here. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm here with my best buddy, hanging out with some other friends, and we're racing cars for a week straight. There's not too much to really be that disappointed in. We made the change from a 3214 stiff sidewall Mickey Thompson slick to a 315 radial, and unfortunately we had no testing, so our first pass was very soft and the car drove out maybe about 20-30 feet and ended up spinning. So we came back and made a few shock changes on the car and ran it again, and it shifted the 1-2 gear change about normal, 7,500 RPM, and immediately caught second gear, and then when it went into third gear it caught the limiter at 8,000 RPM, and transmission pressures are looking a little suspicious. So we're going to be probably getting our hands oily tonight and trying to remedy this issue. I don't have one to change it with, so that's going to be the big kicker. I have some parts. I'm waiting for my builder to call me back right now and kind of get his blessing, or at least a little bit of a direction to head, but we're probably gonna let it cool down here a little bit and get the pan pulled off of it and see what kind of surprises lie ahead for us.
My name is Frank Webb. I'm from Tennessee, and the car typically is in Kentucky, where my tuner and chassis guy is Thomas Jones with Chicken Hawk Motorsports. Small block Ford, Windsor block Cleveland head, 408 cubic inches, 98 single turbo, forced induction solutions turbo, and got an M&M 3-speed in it, custom fab 9-inch rear end. I think the latest gear we're running is like a 340 rear gear. We can run 315, 275, 235 radials. We're going to run the big radials this week because we're concerned about traction at the other tracks, not here at Milan. But as we go north in Michigan, maybe track prep will be a little bit different than here. So we're going to run the biggest tire, and hopefully it works. Sick on the Green was the first time out testing this, and we developed
on the small tire.
On the small tire, 235 tire. First time on a 235 tire. The track was good at Bowling Green, and we had some pretty good passes, and then we developed a really bad oil leak behind the belt drive. So the camshaft seal was pushed out, probably due to the fact that it was an older seal, and it was just too big of an oil leak to keep going. So we would make a pass and come back and clean up an oil mess. So we just decided, nah, let's not push our luck. So got the oil leak fixed, and hopeful that this week goes better than 6 summer. On day 2, we were headed to the second checkpoint, and we got into a thunderstorm late at night, and we were in a 2-car accident and damaged the car to where we couldn't continue. It was very disappointing. You know, we spent a long day at Great Lakes, and we had an issue with the car. We could not figure out why, but the car would not build boost. It would not make power. and we never figured out why. It seems to be working fine now. I made 7 passes at Great Lakes that day, and we never could get any quicker than I think it was a 950 in the quarter. So we got a late start leaving Great Lakes, heading over to Cordova, and that's when the accident happened that night. So we just packed up, went home the next day, and just been working really hard the last few weeks trying to get ready for this week. So here we are. Like to run in the 4s, 8th mile. Like to just have a 4 something, high 4 each day. We think that'll put us in contention. Maybe not for the overall. There's a couple big tire cars here with a lot of power. So if they can get down the track, they'll probably go quicker than we will. But so far as a radial is concerned, we may be among the fastest cars here this week.
On that run, didn't have a bump. After now fixing it, I think maybe did have a bump. It was just very slow, and I didn't feel it, so I just got out of it. But now it has a bump. Should be a lot more aggressive, then we can tune it back from where it's at. But watch Devin Vanderhoof's video on how to tune a bump on a Holly, because that's how I set up initially. Best video to do it, but yeah, so now the bump should be working good, and we'll go make a run and see. But I don't know, that's all I care about is the bump. As long as the bump works, then that's it. I don't really care about anything else. But So another 530 at 132. But, I don't know, bump worked. That was my biggest concern. You can always give it more power, but now the bump
But
works.
do you feel comfortable in there? Like it's going straight, you're feeling all right about it?
Yeah, it definitely has like the big tire, like sachet a little bit, but other than that, straight as an arrow.
It bumped in, that's all we needed.
Yeah.
Did you hold it down too long? Like it bumped pretty aggressively.
No, that was just a click. So now back it from there. But